Could you imagine a better place to make a video on the nature of our essential being? Could you imagine a better place to do that than at the airport? So there might be noises in the background like announcements, but if you are interested in this investigation of your true nature, it's so funny because words fail almost immediately, because we already are our true nature. We can never not be our true nature. Our true nature is what is, and I am. My words are just really, in a way, attempts to point at that or at itself, which can get quite interesting, using concepts to talk about something that isn't even really a thing, nor is it conceptual. So in a way, these are just attempts for fun, for joy, but also if they are in fact doing what I intend for them to do or attempt for them to do, then they are a pointer in the direction of our true nature, something like that. So, I'm just going to go ahead and read this. This sort of contemplative poem that came through earlier today. And before I read it, I'll just say that the point, as much as I can say this in a clear way, the point in what's known as non-duality, seeing and or investigating our true nature, even seeing and investigating our true nature is different than non-duality, because non-duality is beyond concept, and it's not really even the search. It's all of it, and everything that appears inside of it, apparently. I'm going to get into that with this exact thing that I wrote down, but the caveat here, it's something along the lines of this is it. So we point to everything that we're not, that we are not, like the mind, like the body, only to get to a point where we see that we actually are everything. The appearances and the awareness, or the foreground or background upon which all things, objects, minds appear. So we point those out to say that we're not them, because we, myself, the thought of myself, the thought of a lot of people, is this exclusive identification with the mind and the body. Now, that there could be beliefs, right? There could be many beliefs that we are infinite, or that other realms or possibilities. All those things can exist as beliefs, but they don't really matter if we're overlooking our true and essential self. Then it would be something like this, looking, and this is a great example. Looking for my own glasses. So it would be like me right now looking for my own glasses. And I look all over, but the one place that I don't see is on my own face. It's like, it's so obvious that I'm overlooking it. And interestingly, as I'm perceiving everything, I'm literally seeing through. I'm seeing through that which I'm looking for. Okay, so here it is. Right now the title is called Mind, Awareness, All You. Our mind, your mind, my mind, the universal mind, the individual mind, is finite. It is contained in time and space, appearing in the driver's seat of all activity, formation, pattern, and story. Mind creates meaning and connectivity. Infinite, boundless, and essentially nameless awareness has no boundary in time and space. I'm going to repeat that one. Infinite, boundless, and essentially nameless awareness has no boundary in time and space. It is the contextless context in which all drivers, seats, activities, formations, meanings, connections, patterns, and stories appear to arise within. Aiming at the direction of truth, of what can be said, of what I can say, pointing the way toward truth as much as this attempt can be made, these two parts, the finite mind and infinite awareness, are not actually two, nor separated in any real way, nor does the mind appear within infinite awareness in the way that one cannot appear as or inside of two, TWO, two. One cannot appear as or inside of two, since there is no second. There is no second, or no half either. Simply a wholeness of itself as one. Imagine, right now, imagine these two as parts, the infinite mind and then the finite, the finite mind, and around it, the infinite awareness. We can imagine this as two aspects of a singular infinite whole. That's the funny thing, right? It's like, here's the finite mind, and then we're imagining the other part to that, or something, is the infinite awareness, or that which, and then around that is this singularity. It appears to be around it. We imagine such, this concept appears to us in this way because what we're doing is we're attempting to use our own finite mind to grasp what is fundamentally ungraspable by the finite mind. The finite mind is one to, in a way, to understand or to know or comprehend its infinite nature. See that one does not appear in another when I'm talking about the oneness. One does not appear in another, nor does another appear in one, because both the finite mind and infinite awareness are made of the same being. They're just made of the same thing. So they're, in this way, not even appearing in each other because they're just one. See that one does not appear in another, nor does another appear in one, because both the finite mind and infinite awareness are all made of the same being. Seemingly, so it seems, looking in on itself, only ever knowing itself, seeing itself, experiencing itself, seemingly giving rise to all appearance, but every such appearance is in fact a direct and pure manifestation of the one formless, infinite being that appears to give birth to form, and thus form gives birth to knowing this very formlessness. Right now, how we're speaking about this. The infinite knowing itself through the seemingly finite and the seemingly infinite, looking back into its own infinite nature from which it came, and in truth, from which it never left, only in appearance. I'll read that last part again. Actually, I'm just going to read this whole sentence again because it seems redundant, but, well, it is. It's sort of, in a way, it is absolutely redundant because it's all the same thing. Okay. It's a very long sentence that I wrote here. See, the one does not appear in another, nor does another appear in one, because both the finite mind, and infinite awareness are all made of the same essential being, seemingly giving rise to all appearance. But every such appearance is in fact only a direct and pure manifestation of the one formless infinite being that appears to give birth to form, and thus form gives birth to knowing this very formlessness, the infinite knowing itself through the seemingly finite, and the seemingly finite looking back into its own infinite nature from which it came, and in truth from which it never left, only in appearance. These seemingly two parts of a singular whole, endlessly enfolding and unfolding, enfolding in on itself and unfolding within itself, in form and formlessness, chaos and order, light and dark, love and fear, beyond being two sides of the same coin, or even a yin and yang, for this is wholeness beyond wholeness, oneness beyond oneness, patterns beyond all patterning, one merged being, a totally unified whole, knowing itself, infinitely realizing itself in all possibilities and all moments, including even impossibilities. What can ever do this, or be this, rather? Everything. And with absolute certainty, beyond certainty, you are that right now. This wholeness that is spoken of is you. All of this, everything and nothing, finite and infinite, appearances and what remains. It's all you, me, us, this. So there is, in fact, the appearance of separation, which can be useful and helpful, like to speak about these things, or to attempt to speak about these things, or the useful illusion of separation. Another one that I really appreciate is when I have a glass of water, it's a useful illusion so that I know when I grab the glass of water, it goes in my mouth instead of pouring it on the floor or in someone else's mouth. So illusion, the appearance of separation, great, but what we are, who we really are, well, I couldn't even really put it in words. I could only try. And I bring it full circle. This is why in this investigation we first say what we are not. I'm not this mind, I'm not this body. Or at least that's what I've, kind of the path that I went. A lot of different experiences. I even hesitate to say experiences of experiencing that I'm not exclusively my mind and body. And quite literally, a lot of times it would feel like that this mind body was not there, that no one was here. And then it is seen by no one, by me, and not in an experiential way, because it's not there's no one there to really experience it, but then it's seen that nothing is separate by just the same thing seeing itself. But it's like first I was, and from time to time still, as a thought, buy into my own appearance, or buy into my own thinking that I am exclusively this mind and body. And but there's a knowing that that's just an appearance. There's a knowing that the buying into being a temporary mind body, that is just an appearance to this that I speak of, that which is aware. And then we see that we are everything, and something like that. Thank you. Let me know if or how this affected you, or maybe if there was an insight or a reminder, rather, in the comments if you like, or give me a call or a text if you got my number. All right. See you in the next video.